Yeah, man, I'll keep it real. I think, yeah, in the real estate industry, especially with the influencers, some people really glorify, say like it's all perfect. You got to buy it today, and you're just gonna be swimming in money, gonna retire in 2 years. In reality, it's possible, but you got to really put in the work, and not every day is sunshines and rainbows. You got to have a good mentality approaching this, right? Like you can't take it personal. People say like you either earn or you learn, right? Or like, how does that saying go? Like you either make money or you learn from your mistake, right? So you either earn or you learn.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Investor Fuel podcast. I am your host, Q Edmonds, and I'm excited to be with you today. I'm excited because I have someone with me who I know you're going to get a great ton of value from. We've been chatting a little bit behind the scenes, and I'm glad to bring him up so that y'all can hear from him and hear the beautiful things that he's doing, just like I heard, right? He's making some beautiful moves within the commercial investing real estate space. And so I am so proud and happy to introduce to you all my friend, Mr. Arthur Yu. How you doing, sir?
How you doing, man? I'm doing great. Thanks for the intro, Quentin.
Absolutely, absolutely. Listen, I'm excited about what you're doing. I'm excited about, man, how you scale so fast, and hopefully we can get into that a little bit as we talk. I mean, I think our listeners are going to love your approach. You already said, man, you got some good information, even in some niche spaces. So I'm just excited for our listeners just to get to know you and to pick your brain. So if you don't mind, man, I would love to dive in. For people who may not be familiar with you and what you're doing, what's your main focus these days? And if you don't mind, tell me what markets you're operating out.
Yes, sir. So my main focus right now is just value add commercial properties and focusing on operating my existing portfolio. I have about 200,000 square foot spread out in 5 different states. I'm currently in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. So I operate out of Arizona, Houston, Texas, Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I have some other properties in North Carolina as well.
Yeah. Beautiful. I love it, man. I love it, man. Now, we was talking a little backstage and what really caught my attention. And I don't know if you want to expand on it, but I would love to know, man, you scaled pretty fast. And so what was the impetus about you making your move, you scaling? How did that come about for you, sir?
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I would say for a real estate investor, especially with my background. So my background is immigrant, didn't speak English when I was little, learned English. I went to school for engineering, software engineering, very different from the skills needed for a real estate investor. Pretty much the opposite, right? I'm really good with computers. I was a software engineer for 10 years, basically had no real estate experience. Grew up, I was actually rented all my life. My parents were not well off by any means. So what kind of got me started into real estate investing is because I had some injuries on my neck that was exacerbated by working as a software engineer in Silicon Valley. Like the more I get hunched over the desk, the worse it gets. So I was like, I need to figure something out. I'm working towards my disability. So that urgency really, I think that's the core of I needed to figure something out. Otherwise, my neck was, I had chronic pain, all that stuff. So I had to figure out a way to replace my active income, which was, it was a pretty decent income in Silicon Valley. So I was used to a certain lifestyle. So that propelled me into buying a lot of residential properties at first in Phoenix, Arizona. So during COVID, I got lucky with the low interest rate. So I just bought a bunch of properties. My first property was in 2020, took advantage of the low interest rate. I lived in California at the time, drove over, bought a bunch of houses.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
And then I realized it's not scalable, just buying one house at a time. I had a bunch. I still have a portfolio right now. And then I scaled up to multifamily and then to commercial.
No, man, I love it. I know within the climate, it wasn't easy maybe to make that pivot, but you did, man. You did. And it seemed like to me that you're seizing the opportunity. I love, I want to make sure I plug the name Ace Valley Capital. Is that correct? That's the name of the business?
Yeah, that's my capital group.
Absolutely. So in your opinion, what's the key of keeping the machine running smoothly?
In terms of real estate operations?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be honest, a lot of people glorify real estate investing. It's great if you do it right. It's a lot of, it's very rewarding, but I'll say for me, I didn't take, I did it the real way, not taking too many shortcuts. So I have about 200,000 square foot of residential commercial buildings I manage across 4 different states. At times, it's a little bit difficult to manage big buildings in different states when you're not in town, right? Some of my properties are in town. That's easier. So I would say, and your question was like, how do I keep it running smoothly?
Yeah, right. Like, what's your, in a sense, what's the key to your sauce? Like, you're making moves, you have these properties. Like, what is it that keeps like the machine running smoothly, keeps things running consistently, keep things going and churning forward? Yeah.
I would say, to take a step back, the secret to what I do is just to buy properly. You make money when you buy. That is the truest thing in real estate, right? If you buy a building that's worth $2 million, you buy it for $1 million. So you basically made the $1 million when you bought it for half price, right? So that's taking a step back. That's really the key and the secret formula. I buy these buildings at about 50 to 60% of what it's potentially worth in 1 to 2 years. And I don't do crazy value add. I just do a lot of leasing and I do like light touch-ups. I don't do like big renovations. And if you want to talk about operations, real estate operations, I think the key is to delegate properly. Obviously, you have to hire, scale, delegate, but it's also not blindly delegating because there's a lot of bad workers out there, like a lot of bad contractors. You just, we've been ripped off by a lot of people, especially in different places when we're not there. So I would say delegating properly. There's a balance of like what you should delegate. Like certain things, it's probably faster to do in-house. For example, like property management. We used to want to delegate and hire out all the time. We want, we got to scale. We can't be like mom and pop. We got to do things properly. But we were basically hiring property managers that were not good at their job locally. So we hired the wrong people to play devil's advocate, right? Because everybody said you got to scale and hire out, which I agree, but you have to have a balance. You got to know, like if you hire the wrong property managers, right? Not only you lose a lot of money, you end up spending more time managing them where you can actually like just hire directly like a handyman, like a maintenance person to just go there, be your boots on the ground. So there is a balance to hiring.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Yeah. No, I love it, man. I love it. And I appreciate that approach. Like you said, there's a balance. Yeah, I hear you 100%. Now I want to ask you this, as an operator, I know there's moments when things get real, maybe like a deal goes sideways. Is there a time you feel like you had to kind of pivot fast? You feel like?
Yeah. Do you want like a story where I got, I lost some money and just screwed up? Because there are.
So what we try to do, because, you got people listening in, we talk about the success, but we also got to normalize the hardship, right? Things happen.
Yeah.
Things doesn't always go our way. And so I'm not trying to trigger you. I don't want you to go into too much, traumatic, moments. But of course, I would just, just for people that's listening, they're on their journey and maybe they hit a bump in the road. And so we're just trying to let them know, like, hey, you're not by yourself. We have operators that are really dealing with real things. And so, yeah, just one of those moments, but kind of just touch into the humanity of some of the people that's watching. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'll keep it real. I think, in the real estate industry, especially with the influencers, some people really glorify, say like, it's all perfect. You got to buy today and you're just going to be swimming in money, going to retire in 2 years. In reality, it's possible, but you got to really put in the work, and not every day is sunshines and rainbows. So,
Absolutely.
And I'm more than happy to share a story. It's a pretty painful story. I was going to make a video about this. It doesn't trigger any emotions. Don't worry. You got to have a good mentality approaching this, right? Like you can't take it personal. People say like you either earn or you learn, right? Or like, how does that saying go? Like you either make money or you learn from your mistake, right? So you either earn or you learn. Most of my stories, like I would say 80% of the time, I've been lucky. It hasn't been too bad. The market was good during COVID. There's a little bit of luck, right? Every success has a little bit of luck. Timing, right? Timing. But 10-20% of the time things do go wrong. So I'm happy to share just briefly this one incident where I was looking at a deal out of town, right? So I was chasing this deal. So what I do is like I do a lot of off-market approach, just go direct to sellers. That's where you get the really good deals. You kind of like get the deal before it's marketed without the competition, right? You don't have other buyers submitting competing offers, right? It's the best competition is no competition, right? So I found this deal. I got a hold of this guy who used to run a manufacturing business. He has a really big warehouse in North Carolina. This is a 50,000 square foot industrial warehouse, not too far from my existing. I had a warehouse already around then. So we started talking for a couple of months. I told him I'm a local, I'm an investor interested in that area. And he was just kind of kept me on the string. And eventually we found out that he was actually in bankruptcy. So he filed a Chapter 13 bankruptcy.
Yeah.
So it was a weird situation, but like since we already spent so much time talking to this guy, so he was not upfront with me in the beginning. He was just kept playing with us, and it's like, yeah, I can. He'll give a price, and then we're like, it's a great price. I'm gonna buy this building, and then he'll just keep playing, and then he'll be like, oh no, I changed my mind. Go up on the price, and then I look at the new price. Okay, still good deals. We kept chasing, right? We were hungry for deals. That was gonna be my third deal, so I had capital ready to spend. So I was a little desperate. But then I found out he was in bankruptcy court, and I didn't properly research the process because bankruptcy is a whole different game. Everything is a specific process. You got to do a certain thing. You got to get your lawyer to represent you. Like the costs go up quick. And when they filed bankruptcy, they had the worst type of the most difficult type of bankruptcy, which is Chapter 13. That was the business bankruptcy.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
So you need a very niche type of lawyer, because most lawyers don't even handle that. They handle personal bankruptcy, which is Chapter 7. So it's very expensive to get attorneys involved. And next thing you know, I didn't properly do my research. I didn't know how bad it was. So I got in the deal. I got my due diligence money and I got in contract. And everything was a headache. Just to inspect, everything had to go through their lawyer. They're the seller, but they're already in bankruptcy. So everything was under the protection of the court.
Yeah.
And everything had to go to their attorney, my attorney. I couldn't represent myself in the court. So we do our due diligence. I was like, all right, well, we'll keep going. We're already inside, right? I think my earnest money was like 40,000 or 50,000, something like that. It's a significant amount. Yeah. So got my money tied up. And then when we discovered some issues with the building, so we're just kind of like, and we were a little slower because of the process, the bankruptcy process. And then we tried to terminate. So we found some issues with the building. We tried to negotiate like, hey, look, this is more complicated than we originally thought. We were kind of newbies at the time, right? For me, I always like, you know what? I can learn everything, which is true, right? Before you know how to do anything, you didn't know how to do it.
That's right.
You had to learn it somehow, right? So you got to have that approach. Like whenever something's new, it's like, hey, man, I'm just going to learn it. It may be a little more difficult in the beginning. You may have to pay a little extra tuition, but you'll learn it. I mean, before I was a programmer, I didn't know how to program. So, but sometimes that attitude can get you caught up in some things. But yeah, so we were trying to cancel contract because we found out something we didn't like about the building. He wasn't willing to negotiate. So we're like, hey, we don't want to deal with this. And we canceled properly. And he refused to refund the earnest money. I think the earnest money was about $70,000, actually, now that I remember. It was a significant amount, $70,000. We canceled. He won't give us back the earnest money. He said we took too long, whatever, but we were within the date.
Right.
So he was trying to argue the date and all that stuff. He was trying to argue that we were not in contract for good faith. He was saying all kinds of stuff. His lawyer, he was hiding behind his lawyer. His lawyer is like one of the most famous bankruptcy lawyers in the state.
Oh, wow.
Because afterwards we were looking for lawyers. Everybody was recommending that guy. I'm like, oh crap, that's the guy we're going against.
Oh, man. Yeah.
It's like you're finding somebody to like fight against the other guy, but everybody keeps recommending the other guy.
Exactly.
It's like you're trying to find, hey man, I'm trying to find the best basketball player. It's like, what did you call Michael Jordan?
I was thinking the same thing.
And we're like, oh, we're playing against Michael Jordan.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and then all these other guys were like, well, good luck. So that was a painful experience. But then, and then we ended up finding somebody good also has a reputation in the bankruptcy court, and he was able to negotiate. We ended up losing, I think, 15,000 out of the 70. So at least we got some of it back. But that was a very stressful time with a bunch of newbies from out of town, a bunch of kids. I look like a kid. I'm not really a kid. I'm in my 30s, but I look like a kid. I was just running around in bankruptcy court. I had no business being there. That was a very painful, stressful time.
So, but what do you feel like is the next goal for you guys? I think he was talking about, I'm blanking on what you said, but I think he was talking about not diversifying, but what was the term you used? Was it diversifying?
Consolidate.
There you go. Thank you so much. Yeah.
So right now all my headaches are because money is good, right? Everything's good. Every property is performing. We're selling a couple. Yeah. Right now the headache is just there's so many properties across a couple different time zones and different places and different laws in different places. So I'm selling a couple properties out of town to consolidate into at least one or two cities where we operate. So, kind of have a family office locally so that we can like hire a couple people just full time, just managing everything instead of having part-time people everywhere.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I hear that, and you guys looking to consolidate, you're making moves, you have things in place now. And of course, like the next move, it can either compound things or kind of create chaos, kind of depending on how y'all play it. And so I definitely understand that for sure. I know you just mentioned family, so I would love to know, and I think it would help out benefit our listeners. So when it comes to, let's say, relationships and growing your network, what's made the biggest difference for you when it comes in that space of relationships?
Are you talking about personal relationship, like family and friends, or are you talking about business networking?
I'm actually talking about both, because sometimes, sometimes they coincide. So I would love to hear whatever vantage point you want to come from, the business relationship. If you feel like personal relationship has powered you forward within your business, within your venture, like I was just relationship building in itself. Like, how do you feel about that as it contributes to where you are with your success?
Yeah, definitely want to work on both. I'm a firm believer into believing that like nobody is like inherently ahead or behind, right? I may be more ahead in the investment journey, but maybe I've a little bit behind in the relationship aspect, right? So happy to talk about both. Professional relationship, I think I think real estate is one of those fields where like we benefit greatly. I mean, every field you would benefit from having connections and networks, but especially real estate. People always say it's not about what you know, is who you know.
Yeah.
So business networking, I want to get more out there. It's been really busy just operating my own properties, but I want to expand my network. And part of what I do is to have a bigger social media presence so that people know what I'm about when I meet them. They can watch all my videos, because otherwise, like, you go to those networking events, real estate events especially can be kind of rolling the dice, kind of a crapshoot. There's people from all industries, like nobody know what you're doing, and then so I want to expand my network by joining some more masterminds that focus on commercial real estate investing, and also spend more time making content, just put my stuff out there to help out the community and to meet more people doing similar things. It's a very niche field what I do. Value add commercial investing is very, very niche. So that's professional. Personally, just to spend more time. I think it's just, you have to spend time you have to nurture those relationships, right? It's whether it's friendships or family or potential romantic partners. You got to spend time. That's something that I have to spend more time as well.
Absolutely. No, I love it, man. Listen, I thank you so much for your insight. I thank you so much for your perspective. If they want to reach out to you, they want to contact you, I want them to be able to know your information. So how can people reach out to you, sir?
Yes, sir. So my social media is investor art, one word, investor ART _.
Yeah.
That's my Instagram. And I have a TikTok and YouTube. I think is both. My username on TikTok is tech, as in technology, tech real estate _. That's my TikTok. And I think it's the same on YouTube.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, man, listen, I appreciate you so much for sharing your story, sharing your perspective, your honesty. I appreciate it. We need more people like you that's doing it like you're doing in this space. And so I just want to thank you again, Mr. Arthur Yu, for being here and joining us and giving us part and wisdom, man. I appreciate you so much, man.
Yeah, appreciate you too, Quentin.
So for those that's tuning in, listen, if you got value from this, please make sure that you are subscribed. You do not want to miss these type of conversations like I had with my friend, Mr. Arthur Yu. I appreciate you, sir. I appreciate y'all listening. Until the next time, y'all have a great one.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.